Hey guys, and welcome back. We've got some exciting things going on for you today. Hay season 2021 is gearing up, and it is a race against the clock to try to get stuff done before me, have to go cut the fields. Today you get to see one of Erik's hay season 2021 projects. He picked this up all on his own, and if this doesn't get done before hay season starts, we won't have a hay season. So you'll get to see that. And we pick up a new farm item for our farm, a new crop that we're gonna sell down the road. See if you can guess what that is. And lastly, we are finally taking the cabin off grid. I know a lot of you guys were wondering about that, and today I'm gonna show you one way that this is going off grid. Let's go. So I'm here picking up my poor fruit trees, which look a little mangled. I think these are the right ones. Oh, I've got Italian prune. That's different. Effer pear. And I've got Flavor Top Nectarine. Montgomery Cherry. Santa Rosa Plum. I thought there was a couple. Kefir Pear. Wine Sap. Alrighty. It's time to get these things loaded up. Oh. Apple. Yellow Delicious. Interesting. Okay. Cultipacker. Alright, so now I gotta drive these back home. You didn't see that, but you probably heard it. The entire cart of pine trees just blew over. I spent a good 5 minutes repositioning them for the poor soul that bid and bought them so that they wouldn't be too dried out. And yeah, I think it's kind of a losing battle with today's winds. But I will show you some of the tractor stuff quick. They just walked off with an older tractor. There's an old one back there. There's a very old seed planter. Wow, I mean, this is like an antique. And then, anybody want to comment on this right here? I mean, holy cow. I would assume John Deere because it's green, but maybe not. Okay, Chrysler Corporation. Sorry if I'm going too fast. We got some gauges. Alright, put your comments down below on what this is, make and model. Oh, wait. I can't even read that. I can't read that at all. So, those of you who are experts at tractors, you'll have to just tell me what this is, because there's nothing on it to tell me. A couple other old tractors. I'm surprised these are even here. They might have just been here from ages ago. Hard to say. There's an old one back there too. Older. It's not old because it's got rubber tires on it. But yeah, I would have to guess that a lot of this stuff's been sitting here for an eternity. It's an old disc. Yeah, so lots of cool stuff to see. It's about a 40-minute drive. Sorry about the wind. They also had some blueberries that I had been thinking about getting too. But they're pretty thin, spindly things. Sometimes it's hit or miss with these auctions as far as what you're gonna get for quality. All right, time to trucker this on back home. Now, as you know, there are a number of different ways that you can take your area off grid. First way, battery power. All you need is a battery, an inverter, plug and play. You're off grid. Second way, which most people are more familiar with, is solar power. You get your energy from the sun and it powers your devices. Third way, wind turbine. The wind blows, the turbine spins, it generates electricity and powers your devices. And then the last way is a generator. Diesel, propane, gasoline, all of them are able to produce electricity for your house or your farm. But today, I'm going to show you another type of off-grid power that a lot of people overlook. It's an electric generator, otherwise known as a power station. This is the EcoFlow RIVER Pro, and we're going to test it out and run it through the rinks today. We're actually going to give it some really unfair tests. Now this boasts a 2-hour charge time. We're going to see if it actually takes 2 hours to charge or how long it really takes. This can also be connected to solar power. We're not going to test solar today. That will be another day. But we are going to test it with some fun power tools and see if it's up to the farm challenge. Now this will be done in another video to power the cabin once the cabin comes together a little bit better. So stay tuned for that if you are very interested in potential off-grid sources. Now one of the things I like about these power inverter boxes, they're lightweight. It's about maybe 20 pounds, maybe a little bit less. It's all contained, so if you've never gone off-grid before, this is basically a battery plus the inverter plus everything you need. It's got plugs on the back, it's got plugs on the front, and charging capabilities for the rear. This is a really nice user-friendly unit. And you don't have to keep it outside. You can keep it right in your cabin or camper. So as I test this, comment down below different ways that you might put something like this to use in your area. So straight off the bat, upon opening the box with the EcoFlow RIVER Pro, I noticed attention to detail in every scenario. The box was meticulously packaged, it was well thought out, well designed, it was packed nicely. Even the instruction manual and the cords were packed in a really nice looking box with plenty of instructions in very easy to read English. Then you have the solar panel. The solar panel was packaged twice in a carrying box. The solar panels, which we'll look at later, were contained in a carrying bag. Very handy, very portable, just really well thought out overall. And then the front and the sides of the EcoFlow RIVER Pro power station had lots of plugs for pretty much everything you could think of, whether camping or in-home use or cabin use or in your car. It's all there. So then I got to work trying to see how long it would take to get this thing charged. So this is right out of the box. It'll tell you straight off how long it's going to take to charge it and how full it is. There's the input, we've got the watts. So when I first plugged this in, it said it would take about an hour to charge. and it had 30% battery power in here. That's straight off delivery. So now we see it's got 35 minutes left at 81%. Always charge it to 100% capacity when you first get it, and anytime you haven't been using it for a while. All right, so this EcoFlow did charge in 2 hours. It was less than 2 hours actually for a full charge. It was from 30% up to 100. All right, so we're gonna put this to use. We're gonna use some of our, we've got tons of power drills. So in today's use, we have a rigid circular saw. We have an electric drill, and we have an electric jigsaw. Sawzall, jigsaw, jigsaw. Now you do want to check your power requirements because this is limited on how much power you can put out with it. So we're gonna plug them in, just like so. We're gonna turn this on. We're gonna turn, now we have to turn this on. You have to pick which power source you're gonna use. Oh, there it goes. All right, the moment of truth. You ready? Let's see if this is gonna work. So this will actually tell us what it's sucking right here. Let's watch. Okay, so the highest number I saw was 600 watts of output. But we will do a test run on the board and see how it handles that. I mean, with these maple boards, we're gonna know really fast if it's not able to keep up. All right, let's give her a test run and see how she does. She definitely does not have enough power to cut through these heavy-duty maple boards. So these are really, really tough on the saw. This is just a test run, but I thought it would be fun to test which tools it could actually handle. So circular saw, big no. If you had a smaller one, you probably could. Yeah, that one I was barely able to push the saw through, even connected to the power outlet on the main line. So I think if I were cutting the pine boards for the ceiling, which I'll end up doing probably next week, I hope, the battery power station should be just fine for that. I think everything else, it should be able to run like the screwdriver, the electric screwdriver, and the jigsaw. But the power saw, because these boards are so dense, there's no way it's able to put out just a little extra bit of juice to be able to push through these boards.
So I tried the power saw and that definitely didn't work. It's a little bit too overpowered for this type of power station, but there's still the jigsaw and the power drill. Now both of those I used to finish out the remainder of this section of wall, and even after I had put everything to use, they were still running strong. And that's not one cut or two cuts or three cuts. That's probably a good maybe 50 cuts. You know, because I don't exactly cut it perfect the first time.
Alright, so I managed to get all of the last few outlet cutouts done with the EcoFlow RIVER Pro. It still managed to hold the charge all the way through. It still has 55% of its battery power left. So this thing is a beast holding up to usage with power tools. Oh, and hey, if you're interested in checking this out, there is a massive coupon code. I am not joking. For like anywhere from $100 to $150 off, depending on which unit you decide you want to order for your farm or house or camping trip or whatever. But check out the links in the video description. You know, honestly, I'm very surprised with how well it's done. I would have expected it to be dead by now with all of the cutting I was doing with that little jigsaw, but it's only halfway down, so. All right, so I know a lot of you guys have asked what happened to the cabin project, and the answer is I am still working on it. You can see a couple of things have changed on the outside. I'm gonna do a whole compiled video on the interior of some of the things I've done on the cabin as soon as I get all the walls finished. And then I'll just do one big boom boom video whipping it out. So, because I know a lot of people watching this channel are not really interested in that, but I do want to still keep it relevant on the channel. Here's what Erik's doing. I apologize for the wind noise. It's just how it's gonna be.
It's an old single wide trailer frame, and they had cut it down to 44 foot, and then there's another 26 foot section over here that came with 2 extra axles, so we could intentionally make 2 trailers out of this.
And how much did you pay for it?
We paid $500, and the guy I got it from actually owns Atwood Sawmill, so I'm gonna get white oak decking from him, and he said it'd be about $320 for 8 foot deck board.
Cover this whole thing.
And the white oak is rot resistant, so it'll be good for outside.
And we can still stain it to make it last longer.
So I'm actually in the process of cutting it shorter. It's going to be just a little bit over 37 foot. So when we stack hay on here, you have 6 foot wide bundles of hay. So that means we'll be able to fit 6 stacks of hay on here. And go 4 to 5 high, however tall the tractor will stack.
So approximately 200 bales-ish.
So and we're also, I think I'm gonna move this axle, 2 of these brackets, move them forward so the axles will be up here.
More in the center?
Possibly. I'm gonna look online and see where the best placement for the axle is, because there's a ratio, like
for weight
what
distribution
percentage you want.
Otherwise, that's a lot of tongue weight down there.
Yeah.
And this is not a gooseneck. This is, see, that is our old hay trailer right there. And it fell to pieces last year, right with the last load. So the choice was either repair that whole thing or get something even bigger, and 2 of them.
So I'm cutting these ends off right here. I gotta cut the other side.
There's Sassy. Say hi, Sassy. Ooh. It's like, heck no.
And I'm gonna take these extra pieces, weld this on here to box it off. And then that other one, this one I cut off, I'm gonna probably stick up in the middle somewhere, just to help make it a little more rigid.
And this is your project, right? This isn't my project?
Yeah.
Well, good. I'm glad you've got a fun little project here going on. And I'm glad that we're gonna have a hay wagon.
Yeah, we'll have $800 into it, you know, and
that's pretty cheap.
Down the road we can make another trailer.
Yeah, the other one's over there.
Or maybe we could sell that with the axles and purchase some money back.
Well, I think if we sell the old hay trailer, we'll get some money back on that.
Guys, I would go through and fix that trailer up, but I don't know, man. I could not back that thing up. You have 2 pivot points, and it's like, it was frustrating for me to try to back that trailer up. I could not do it. So anyone have a tip on backing up hay trailers? Yeah, just leave them in the comments, because
guys with Erik, and he will walk you through what he's doing. I have to go sort through my orchard trees and get them ready for planting. I thought you clipped your shirt in there first. There. Alright.
You see how they gusseted it?
Oh, yeah.
So I'm thinking I'm going to put the other brace right here. Just give it extra strength, you know, where it's seamed together.
So thanks for watching, guys. And also stay tuned where we put our little tiny power station to use, powering the cabin from top to bottom. And let's not forget, hay season 2021, we've got equipment to get up and rolling. Is it gonna roll? Is it gonna work? Or is it gonna break down and give me a headache? It's farming, so who knows? Thanks for watching, guys. Also be sure, leave a comment down below for your chance to have your comment randomly drawn for our surprise mail-in giveaway. So be sure that you are subscribed and all of that stuff so that you don't miss your chance. Right now, prizes range in the giveaway range of $10 to $30. If you would like that limit increased, help me get my subscriber count up to 75,000. Once I hit 75,000 subscribers, then we will do up to $50 of a giveaway price range. The higher it goes, the more you guys win. So be sure to share those videos, hit that thumbs up, and tell your friends to subscribe. You're welcome.